Alrighty. We have hit the live button over here on YouTube. We are officially live over here on YouTube. Come on over, make your way over to YouTube. When you get there, put something in the chat. Let us know that you are here at 9 o'clock on the dot. Okay, we will start. Hello to the first person, second person who just came on in to the YouTube. YouTube, if you were here and you were not on TikTok, we are giving the TikTokers 5 minutes to slide on over, baby. And then we are going to get into the getting into it. Jonathan is here. Tammy is here. Hello, beautiful chit chatters. Come on, make your way on over to the room. Y'all, I am drinking a lychee and lime tea with honey. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Barbie, hello. Y'all, come on over. Okay, let's do this. Let's cover some house rules. Things are a little bit different. This is YouTube. This is not the tickety talks of it all. So, you shout out to the new setup. Look at that, Jimi Hendrix, Prince. I said it backwards. The Jimi Hendrix, Prince. We got a new little Minnie Mouse over there. Okay. Bravo cups. I told y'all I had a wax problem. There's some of the waxes right there. There's some more over here. Okay. Come on in the room. So let me tell you, if you were on TikTok, hello, beautiful people. We are on YouTube in 4 minutes. This TikTok, she's going down. Okay. So you're going to have to come on over to the YouTube. Word on the curb is people out here getting their pages snatched for posting receipts and clips of videos. So one thing that you can expect here on these Tickety Talk lives is I won't be giving you no visuals. Amen. Because if they snatch this page, then they're they're just done. Okay. You're just gonna have to find me on the podcast. There will be no more social media. All right. So please don't come in here talking about something. Where are your receipts? What the videos, the bludgeons? If you watch the shorts, if you will be here on the lives, the YouTube rules allegedly is that people that YouTube know are snatching pages for posting screenshots of other people's Instagrams, the things that we would consider receipts. Okay. So don't be like, where's the video? Another change that you can expect is our recaps of the shows, the Bravo shows that we watch and all of that, they will be here on YouTube first and they will get broken up for clips. That's right, to TikTok. Good job. Because I'm not doing it. I can't do anything about the fact that I am a Black content creator. TikTok. I can't do anything about the fact that I'm not going to be selling things TikTok. And so I gotta, like LeBron, take my talents down to South Beach. Okay. Also, hey Millichan. Also, podcast. Y'all know we get new episodes on Wednesdays. We're supposed to get 2 a week this week, or today we only got 1. I listen, y'all. Okay, I had to go trick or treating with the kids. I'm not young like I'm used to be. I'm fragile outside in the cold. It's set up on my chest. I woke up this morning, headache, coughing. It wasn't cute. Okay, the tea is partially because I need it and less because it looked cute with y'all, but it fits the aesthetic. So let's just roll with it. Hey, Princess, where she at? Hey, Princess Diana. Y'all see the Princess Diana? It's the Beanie Baby, not the Gucci bag. One day it'll be the Gucci bag. Mind your business. We have shows that will air for Stripped all the way up until December 20th. At that point, we will take a break for the new year and new episodes will resume in the new year, wherein you guys will be allowed to be in the audience. So we are working some things out there. You might possibly, hopefully, maybe, depending on how nice I feel and how the technology works, be able to sit in the audience as we filmed Stripped. I'm on a big screen now. Jonathan has a Do you have a 100-inch? It doesn't matter. He has a projector, and I'm currently being streamed on the projector. I've made it. I've made it to the big screen. Beautiful you TikTokers. Again, at 9 o'clock, this live will be over. We are here on YouTube. My name on YouTube is still the same, Just L Murasaki. We are getting into the Keith Lee, the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm being streamed onto the projector on the 200-inch projector. It's giving Renaissance and AMC for me, okay? Thank you, TikTok, for being here. We are on YouTube, Just El Murasaki. Okay, now that pull up the 86-inch. Listen, big things are happening here. Now that we have officially started the show, welcome to this new corner of YouTube. Child, it don't have a name, okay? We just over here, we vibing and we thriving. We are hopefully putting our energy where it is appreciated, because that place ain't on TikTok right now. First and foremost, I forgot to say we are talking about Ashley Darby. Listen, everybody should not show their appreciation for the Renaissance tour by pretending to be Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Okay? Some people should just put on an outfit. Okay? And then some people should just admire from a distance. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Ashley Darby for Halloween was she supposed to be Blue Ivy to the Beyonce? I don't know. Beyonce, Blue Ivy. They was doing the power choreo. Okay. It was stiff, it was offbeat. And let me tell you something. This head, this thing, this little motion right here is messing the girls up. Sherri Shepherd did her reenactment on the Sherri Shepherd show, and it turned into the Thunderclap. She was doing this. I said, oh my God, we just turning our head and shaking our hands. Okay. I don't understand. Y'all ain't, some people in the beats, they be in two different rooms. Okay. But while that was happening on my screen, I shared with you guys a little bit of my ADD and how my brain works. And up in the corner was Tasha K's live interview with one of Carl Thomas's baby mother's child. Listen, nothing but God's grace and mercy. I don't know how I stumbled upon that page, but my God, just like I stumbled upon LaShonda's live when she was airing, or Rashandra's when she was airing out LaShonda, I stumbled upon this live. Okay. Let me tell you this. People who Tasha K has on the show, because she don't really be doing her homework and her vetting situation, I normally don't listen to them. But this girl, however, does have a court paperwork. They have done the paternity test, and this baby is in fact Carl Thomas's. So we do know that much to be true. I do know that while I was watching that live, Tasha K asked the mother, can we see a picture of the baby? And she was like, I just want to see it. We're not going to show it. You know, we don't show kids on the show. Now, she don't show no kids on the show, but she don't have no problem talking about no kids like they some dirty, down low dogs. But nevertheless, okay. The mom takes a minute and she pulls up this side by side that she had made of Carl Thomas and the baby when the baby was an infant. I don't know how old this baby is now, but they are assumably older. It's a girl. So Tasha K says, okay, passes back the phone. Can I see an updated picture? I swear to God, y'all can go watch the live. It took this lady over 5 minutes. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe over 3 minutes, okay, to find a picture of her daughter. So much so that she was like, she tried to change the subject. She was like, oh, Tasha, you got me sweating. This wine got me hot. Tasha said, listen, this ain't nothing but no cheap wine. It's some Kendall Jackson. We got it from the gas station. Then proceeds to try and put her phone down. And Tasha K was like, I'm trying to see the picture. Get the picture. Oh, let me open up Google Photos. Maybe I can find a picture there because it isolates the person that you're looking for. So does the iPhone pictures. Then she open it up. Oh, is this it? When people start playing dumb, like they don't know how to work their electronics, the parts of it that they use every day, that I'd be like, you're a liar. Okay. Nevertheless, okay. This baby belonged to Carl Thomas. Carl Thomas did not want the baby. The girl doesn't believe in abortions, and so she ended up pregnant with what was her fifth baby. Carl Thomas said he didn't want the baby, tried to offer her money to take care of it. She was like, "No, I don't believe in abortions." Even tried to offer her equity in his home because he didn't want no kids. I said, "Well, if that won't make you emotional." Oh. But I mean, I guess you get the energy that you put out there, because she claims she was only messing with him because she was also trying to get her music career up and off the ground. So, you can't win when you play dirty, as Nene Leakes would say. Uh while we're still in the space of housewives, in the comments, are you guys Real Housewives of New Jersey watchers? Do you guys watch Real Housewives of New Jersey? If so, okay, there first of all, New Jersey has a lot going on right now. There is so emotional. There is a lot going on in New Jersey right now, starting with the fire at the home in the Berkshires that they were supposed to be going to. Now, I don't know why we were going to Berkshires. I don't know why we keep going to these common places when we have made it very clear that we want international travel. Okay. Nevertheless, the garage caught on fire. Some stories say the garage caught on fire. Some stories say the roof of the house caught on fire. Okay. According to Andy on Sirius XM, Dorinda did offer up her house because they were supposed to stop by Dorinda's house. Okay. Dorinda did offer up her house, but Andy says that he didn't want to use her house because that would have felt like a different show. Taking the housewives to Dorinda's house felt like a different type of crossover, and they didn't want that type of show. They tried to find someplace else. They couldn't. Ultimately, the trip ended up being canceled. So we go from there to this randomly planted story on X, formerly Twitter, that says allegedly, according to sources, one of the house husbands had attacked a production member, and that it allegedly seemed to be substance induced. Okay, the story gets posted, people start doing what people do, and then it gets put out there that it was John Fuda, Rachel Fuda's wife. This Rachel is on her second season of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Okay, so I say to myself, this is a little interesting, because how are we so definitively putting a name on this story? And the story is kind of on smaller outlets, no tea, no shade. Dorinda would have absolutely made it nice for the girl. She would have rolled out the red carpet. It would have been all sorts of brand placements of Dorinda's whiskey. Okay, absolutely, she would have made it nice. Okay, so I start doing my investigating, because I'm like, how do we know that it's John? How we just putting names out there? If this was the case, TMZ would have had it. It would have been somewhere. I start doing my investigating, and I'm not turning it up. Sources is going dry. People ain't there. They don't have nothing to say. I'm like, okay, this is suspicious. Okay. And then I find out from a reputable source that the whole story is fake. That's right. No house husband in New Jersey ever even attacked a member of production. The whole story is fake. Now, I do have some other New Jersey stuff in my inbox that I don't think would shock you. I think at this point, the stuff coming out of Bravo is not shocking. It's just shocking that so many people went along with it for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, this many people knew about the Ebony situation and nobody ran to the hills to make it stop. Like, that's what's shocking to me. So that never happened, right? That being the substance fueled attacking of a producer. Okay, that never happened. Yes, husband, full screen. That never happened in New Jersey. Okay, and if that was not enough for the Jersey drama, then we find out that the comedy show that Joe Gorga is supposed to be a part of in Vegas is actually a scam. Now, what I find extremely interesting is that while we are in the middle of finding out that between now this is the part that's weird to me. The hold on one second. I'll tell you what's weird to me. 2 seconds. What is you miss me? What is weird to me is that the scam is between Joe Gorga, Frank Catania, who is a lawyer, and the comedian who was also supposed to be on the show. They were dealing with a booker who allegedly worked for the comedy club on Facebook. Okay. This booker, this representative of the comedy club doesn't exist. He is the scam. However, he has set up links for people to buy tickets and X, Y, and Z, put out this flyer and it's fake. Okay, it's kind of the same as going to Sam's Club, if you will, purchasing a bunch of candy saying that you're selling it for a school and you in fact are a delinquent. Okay, y'all, this tea is really good and I'm really sad because I don't know where I got it from, so I'm going to have to look it up. They don't pay me not one dime, so all I will be able to tell you is the flavor and not the name of the brand. Amen, amen. Mm-mm-mm. But gentleman from Everybody Loves Raymond, put his name in the comments because I don't remember. He is the owner of the club, so he now sees the flyer. He's been made aware of it. He makes a post to say, hey, this show isn't happening in Vegas. It's a scam, X, Y, and Z. Then we are finding out from the people involved, Frank, Joe Gorga, the other comedian, oh, it was a scam. We got scammed too. We got scammed too. Gentleman from Everybody Loves Raymond has to come back and clarify. Listen, Frank Catania and Joe Gorga, they weren't in on the scam. They were also scammed. Make sure you're doing business, the correct way. When people ask for money up front, know that that's not how things work. Okay, cool. That was yesterday into today. Cut to now today. I have tried their tea. They are good. We have their black tea. Cut to today, Melissa, who I love very much, is doing a Instagram post, the one where you submit your name, follow 3 people, and you're going to get all of these Louis bags. Well, my question is, or my thing is rather, if you don't do good business enough to know whether or not you were actually going to be involved in a comedy show, how am I supposed to now trust anything else that comes out of that camp? You know what I mean? Why would I give you any more of my data? You ain't a good steward over your nonsense. How you gonna be a good one over mine? It's just a little it's a little weird in the Jersey spaces for me, in my opinion, right now, it is just a little weird over there. It's a little weird in the Bravo space in general. Speaking of Bravo space, the Vanity Fair article came out wherein they spoke to Leah McSweeney, formerly of Roni, Ebony K. Williams, formerly of Roni, as well as Bethany Frankel, formerly of Roni, and then one unnamed housewife who is still currently a housewife now. My guess, and I continue to stand on it, I read it again, and I still think that the unnamed housewife is Heather Gay. Whenever that comes out, if I am blessed enough to still be on this earth, I do believe it'll come out as being that it was Heather Gay. It read like her, it sounded like her. Nevertheless, Leah and Ebony Ebony spoke more to her experience as a Black woman in this not even predominantly white space, this white space, and Leah spoke to more of the side of the show that pushes you to the antics. Okay, Leah, who I also spoke with, very, very sweet. We are going to try and get her on Stripped. She's taking some time right now to process and deal with everything happening with the Vanity Fair article, but we are going to try and get her to Strip, you know? We found out on paper that Ramona is and has been exactly who we thought she was, which is essentially a racist. A privileged white woman with no couth, honestly. One who, in the middle of sensitivity training and diversity training, wants to speak to the fact that she read an article that said that statistically Black kids come from single parent households. She said things to the one Black producer that they hired onto the show since they had Ebony. Oh, it's so many Black people here, you guys don't change your hair, I won't be able to tell you apart. Okay, well, great. So that happens, and then they have an incident. Allegedly, Ramona says to a producer that she felt like attacked, and that if that had happened to that producer, it would be the equivalent of someone saying the N-word to them. It is of Ramona's recount that she literally said the phrase N-word. It is of the producer storytelling that she used the whole word, okay? Page 6 is talking about this Vanity Fair article, as everybody is, and Ramona Ramona being Ramona texts the Page 6 person and says, I said N-word in quotations. I didn't say N-I-G ... This is literally what the text message said, okay? From there, her name got removed from BravoCon, which means that prior to that message, even with all of the knowledge that they had, Ramona was still being invited to BravoCon. Clap in the comments if you guys would have even cared to hear from Ramona at BravoCon this year, which begins November 7th. So we got 6 days until BravoCon. Child, Vegas is doing what they are doing right now. They are upside down. The hospitality industry is still on the brink of a strike. So if that happens, I don't know what BravoCon looks like. There are people who have spent big money, child. The Bravo tickets was hefty. So I do hope that they are able to get reimbursed if the people do go on strike. But I do think it is of the utmost importance that we take care of the people who take care of us in the hospitality industry. Tammy says Ramona is disgust to her and to me as well. Honestly, I did have the opportunity to to interview Ramona. And I said, it's going to be a no for me, babes, because absolutely not. Mm-mm. However, Bravo did make the decision to remove Ramona from BravoCon. And I made a post and I said that this feels performative. You have had Ramona on 2 iterations of Ultimate Girls Trips since the HR incident, wherein we found out definitively who you were. Okay. You've been employed twice by Bravo since then. And then for the 3rd time was going to be at BravoCon. Discussing what? Like the last time we saw you, you were standing on tables and being insensitive. And because of your behavior, for the first time ever, your franchise didn't have a reunion. And not just bottom rung behavior, in the words of Kenya, but racist bottom rung behavior. You know what I mean? And you were still rewarded. You were still getting ready to come to this platform, which again speaks to, in my opinion, the hardest part of being a Black Bravo fan. You know what I mean? You see the opulence, you see the stupidity in it, and so those things make it light. But then you have these moments that are just so obtuse, honestly. Like, what was entertaining what about Ramona to keep her past the information that you found out during that HR investigation? Not once, not twice, but then 3 times. And it had to be screenshotted by another source, which was Page Six, before it was actually even really and fully addressed, or acknowledged rather, because I don't even think it was addressed. I think we're here now, like, and Bravo was finally like, okay, we have to say something, very much something. I don't know. Um Listen, we take, see you next live, Jonathan. Thank you for being here. We take what we can take from there. We move on. We are on to the Keith Lee of it all. Okay. Mm, I think the first place that I want to start is I think that you guys on the internet do forget that more than one thing can be true at a time. Okay. You can be the OLG employee who is doing technically the right thing based on protocol, but the wrong thing for that person. Right. So there is an opportunity where you can be right and wrong at the same time. And then moreover, do I think you guys don't understand restaurant? I also don't think that you guys fully understand PR. Okay. So we'll back up for those who don't know, for those who are just finding out. Keith Lee, who became popular, famous, whatever word you want to use, now has 14 million followers on TikTok, okay, was doing his food review tour in Atlanta, okay? His food review tour, he went to places wherein he was either invited or DM'd about, meaning somebody either asked him to come as an invitation, or somebody asked him to come, like, please help me save my restaurant. I seen the Keith Lee effect. Okay. Great. He goes to these restaurants in Atlanta and has the issues that we all know him to have, being that he can't get takeout, you can't, the place says it's open or closed, but it's open, all of the issues that people complain about. Now, being a South Side girl myself, okay, Atlanta has lost its mind. Okay. There was it's a situation where it almost feels like Atlanta has gotten too big for its britches. Also, Atlanta is a very unserious place, like from top to bottom. The men are unserious, the businesses are unserious, the people, it's just a very unserious place. And the thing with Atlanta is it's big, but it's small, especially when you get into the celebrity space, the party world, the entertainment world, the food world. It's big, but it's very, very small. Okay. And I think that Atlanta people, they get used to being the king of their little city. And they just get so consumed in Atlanta world and Atlanta culture that they don't realize, baby, this ain't how life works, okay? Not I done slap myself in the face with the tea bag, child. How truly disrespectful. So he does this tour, and the Real Milk and Honey, who clearly has no PR team, because let's just be honest, the review that Keith Lee gave the Real Milk and Honey wasn't horrible. It wasn't something to break them, but where the Real Milk and Honey is losing the battle, in my opinion, is it feels as though they feel as though they are having a private conversation with Keith Lee, when in fact, all of your patrons, past, present, and future, are watching, and you aren't positioning yourself to look like somebody who's worthy of the hard earned money. Going out and eating today is way more of an expense and a luxury than it was last year, than it was 18 months ago, than it was 24 months ago. So you're not positioning yourself as somebody who is deserving of people's hard-earned money. And that's the first mistake, okay? The second mistake is engaging with this person as if he's like with your woman. Like, you went from who's Keith Lee to the food blogger. Like, you aren't giving mature. Okay. On the other side of that coin, when we speak about maturity in the situation, we've got Kandi, who y'all are mad. Kandi didn't address the real issue. Kandi skated around the real issue. The real issue is you want to know why the wait was 90 minutes. And then when they found out that it was Keith Lee, the wait went down. Okay. So in order to understand that, you have to understand how restaurant works. All right. A bunch of things could have happened. OLG has a room for celebrities. They could have been getting ready to sit him there. Okay. That's one possibility. A second possibility is just because a restaurant, let's just use an example, has 20 tables, doesn't mean that they have servers on staff at that time to seat all 20 tables. The average section for a server is somewhere between 4 and 6 tables, depending on the size. 6 if you've got like the tables that only sit 2 people at a time. 4 if you've got tables that have the capacity to fit 4 at a time. 5 if you've got a good server. Okay. So let's just say you don't have enough people to have all of the tables open. Doesn't mean you don't have open tables. You could go to your server, one of your best, and say, listen, can you handle one more table? We've got a food reviewer here. And then they could sit at that empty table. That is another way that in a 90-minute wait for one person can drop down to I can sit you immediately. Okay. Another way is that they could have been they could have been about to skip the person who is next to be seated. So we do have a table available. It's supposed to go to John and them because they've been on the wait the longest. But if you need a table right now, you can sit that person. Okay. These are ways in which a 90-minute wait can go to a 4-minute wait. That doesn't justify the situation. That doesn't mean, oh, you guys are hearing Keith Lee. It's just an answer to how can you go from a 90-minute wait to no wait. Thing number one is ain't nobody going to sit on the internet long enough for Kandi to explain that. And then even when she does explain that, y'all going to be like, oh, well, you should hire more staff. Why wouldn't you? Because everybody in the world don't understand restaurant. Because if they did, they wouldn't even be like, Kandi didn't address that part. Okay. The second issue here is, and this one is multi-layered. The second issue is that Keith Lee does not want to be treated like a person. He wants to be treated like a celebrity, which is the video that I made the other day referencing Sparkle. I want to see you in the daylight. I want to see how you treat everybody who walks into this establishment, and then I want to be treated like everybody who walks into this establishment. The first issue there is restaurants, not even just in Atlanta, but people aren't out here valuing their customers. They're not out here respecting their customers and their consumers' dollar. So that's the first problem. I can't treat you like everybody else because I don't respect none of these people. First problem. Second problem is, in order to Keith wants to be treated like a regular person, but he's not a regular person, and he knows that, which is why he sends his family in. You know what I mean? You can't do anything about how people perceive you. You can be the best person in the whole wide world. If somebody wants you to be the villain, they are going to find a way to see you and shape you as the villain, even though you aren't doing villainous things. Keith Lee has 14 million followers. Keith Lee has the potential to make or break establishments. He's an important person. He's a VIP member. The only advice that I have here is, hear people when they talk. He told you how he wanted to be treated. How you normally treat other people, what you normally do, is irrelevant in this space because this person said, hey, please treat me like this. The second thing is, start valuing your customers. Start knowing that there are people out here who, scan food at Publix for a living to come out here and to support your restaurant, to eat food here, to buy hookah here. Like, I did not say that Keith is the villain. What I said was, and again, this is my point, no matter what you do, people are going to see you however people want to see you. Yes, good always shines through. However, if somebody wants to see you as a bad person while your goodness is shining through, then guess what? They are going to see you as such. Doesn't make them right, but you can't do anything about the perception of that person. Again, to the people on TikTok, just a reminder, we are over here on YouTube. Same name. You can join us over here on YouTube and be a part of the conversation. Add your comments. Your comments can pop up on the screen. Y'all know how YouTube works. Welcome back, Barbie. You were gone for a minute. Now you're back with the jump off. So yeah, listen. My name is Ellen. When I run for president, I am going to make it so that every human being should have to work 1 month in the food service industry. I am sorry. I think the world would be a better place if every human being had to work 30 days in the food service industry. I just think it would be, because you find out so much about people and how people hear and perceive all of this. For example, right? I was at work one day. I used to bartend. I went from the host stand to from the host stand to the bar, or to waiting tables, to the bar, to management and training. But I had this time, my bar was wrapped. Okay, I'm talking about A side, B side, C side. So each side of the bar is normally named a letter, right? I've got people standing behind people getting drinks, and I am the only bartender. It's like a random Monday, and we got swamped. Okay. I'm slinging drinks, taking care of orders, making sure people are trying to come to me for to-go orders. I'm doing the thing. At some point in the situation, and again, we are in Georgia, so I am, yes ma'am, yes sir, thank you, have a good day sir, yes ma'am, oh, I'll be right back with you ma'am, giving the people what they want. I am a Jersey girl, so the ma'ams and the sirs are new to me. 1 second, YouTube. Hi TikTok, we are on YouTube. Y'all know I don't know how to pin no comments and all of that, but we are over here on YouTube. YouTube is the same as the TikTok, just El Mirasaki. So I'm slinging the drinks and I'm slinging the receipts. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whatever the case. There is a couple, 2 women come in, and first of all, I want to say they are both obviously women. Okay. But one is way more feminine in her looks, in her hair and all of that. The other one is a shorter haircut. Okay. At some point, whenever I drop their check, now we have had a good bar experience. I've keyed with them in the few seconds that I had to do so. At some point, when they asked for a check, I said, "Oh, you want your check?" "Yes, sir." Like that. Literally in the spirit of being busy. Okay. I drop the check, they get it. When they leave a zero tip in big letters. And she's like, I think they wrote on it, like, make sure you learn how to talk to people. I'm not a sir, I'm a ma'am, something like that. So they were in the like the to go room, and I ran out and I said, hey, oh my God. I said, did I offend? Did I say something? Like, what? And she was like, the person who I offended just like walked off, and her partner was like, you called her sir. Like you said, here you go, sir. I said, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, I literally was busy. Like, I clearly see that she's not a sir. We've had good interactions. I would never be that passive aggressive or dismissive. Like, I am so sorry. And she was like, yeah, just, like, be careful, and walked out. My point in the story is, hi, Haley. My point in the story is, even in all of that, they were sitting there. They saw me getting my butt kicked. They saw my manager running out. Hey, are you good? You need anything? Can I help you with anything? No, I'm good. Slinging drinks, getting all of the things that come with it. And there was still no grace for even, oh my God, she slipped up. Even though I was actively being a good person, a busy person, a person on top of things. So if people want to see you however they want to see you, they're going to see you that way. There's literally kind of like nothing you can do about it, which is it's unfortunate, but again, it also speaks to why Candy addressed the situation the way that she addressed it. It was the perfect HR response to something. She welcomed them back. She told them she hopes she gets to serve them. She explained the reason for her rules in her restaurant. The one thing she did not do was explain to non-restaurant people restaurant stuff. That's essentially what it boils down to, right? So then from there, Keith Lee does a video telling you guys, listen, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna postpone this little tour. I will even stop the food reviews if y'all don't get real in your head. Sending threats to me and my family, to restaurant owners and their family, is way too deep over some brunch. Like, y'all have gone mad. Absolutely mad. And again, the thing that I think people fell in love with Keith Lee was the authenticity. And the authenticity came from the lack of notoriety. You appreciated this man sitting in his kid's Paw Patrol chair, eating food, simply explaining to you how good it is while taking into account their dietary issues or things that they don't like, dietary preferences, excuse me, things that they don't like. It was authentic. That's what we all fell in love with, right? Ooh, I this excuse me. That's what we all fell in love with, and that is what he aims to still achieve, which is why, again, like I said, he sends his family members in. Haley says, I mean, she could have apologized for treating him differently than his family before knowing who they were. Thank you. But this is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think an apology is needed, right? There is this small space of apology because you're treating me like a celebrity and I asked you not to. However, the thing that the server did, which was offer a table to a very important person, is not something that needs to be apologized for because it is typical restaurant treatment. It just is. You go from, listen, again, somebody worked in restaurant for like almost 10 years. You can be on your busiest night of the week. Your manager will walk up or call. I'm talking about an off-duty manager will call and be like, my mom and them is coming up to the restaurant. Make sure they have a great experience. Now, me, The way that I was trained, the way that I ran when I was in charge is, again, yes, you value everybody's dollar. There are people out here who pick up trash in order to make money, and they are choosing to come spend that money that they earned here at our restaurant. It's your job to make sure that they have a good experience. Specifically, I worked at Outback, and the thing was that you wanted to make sure you were focusing on the 30 to 45 inches from the top of the table to the top of the guest's head, meaning your attention should be there on that person in your table, because that's your moneymaker at that time, right? That should be the thing. And while all of that is the thing, you also still have quote unquote important people come in, that your manager or whomever will come make it. I'm gonna put you on this table. As a server, there have been times where my table was on this side of the restaurant and they had an important person come in and they wanted me to take care of the person on this side of the restaurant. I'm managing my 4 tables over here, running over to this side of the restaurant to make sure that this person has a good experience. It's just, you know what I mean? Restaurant. And when you're listen, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, this world, the social media attention span is very small. Candy had really about 5 seconds, 10 maybe, to hook y'all, to convince y'all that this wasn't going to be the type of response that the real Milk and Honey was. You know what I'm saying? So I think she did a very, very good job with her response based on the information that she had. LaShondra got a girlfriend. LaShondra got a girlfriend. Ray just got approved for her tummy tuck. Okay. I don't know. The people is outside. People, Lynn, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Yes. Listen, for the TikTokers, again, we are over on YouTube, but LaShondra got a girlfriend. LaShondra's got a girl at church. Baby, she ain't ministering no more, so she got some free time to herself, I guess. Okay. Ray finna get a tummy tuck. She said she finna act bad. From the moment she get up off the table to about 20:30, she said she will be outside. And I love it for her. I absolutely love it for her. Y'all. I don't want to sell nothing. It was never a dream of mine to be on HSN, to be on QVC. I don't know if somewhere along the lines we as TikTok users turned into looking like Lisa Rinna, baby. But I don't want to do it. 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 I don't know what is happening to the Tickety Talks, but I don't want to do it. Also, call this segment things I don't want to do. Okay. Also, things that I don't want to do is Monica and her mother on Salt Lake City. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that no more. Alec Baldwin and Hilaria Baldwin are possibly getting a reality show. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do it at all. Things that happen that I do want to happen. TJ Holmes and Amy have gone Instagram official. They are social media public. Listen, I know that there are some of y'all that are like, nope, throw them away. They cheaters. Put them in the cheating garbage disposal, compact them, take them to the landfill. I am not of that belief, baby. I am here for TJ and Amy. And let me tell you why. When you are that unserious, you might as well. Okay. TJ was not he wasn't a good husband. He was already a cheater, pumpkin eater. Okay. I personally, when the story broke, got DMs of people who was messing with TJ. So TJ was a cheater, pumpkin eater. All right. I don't know what made Amy say that is the man that I gotta have, but she got up, she left her man clean break. As soon as he found out they got the divorce, they got joint custody of their little pup dog. Okay. And that's it. She said, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. Okay. That man, TJ, was photographed smacking Amy on the butt. Now, this ain't no body shaming, but if you have seen Amy, you know that she don't got a derriere from here to there. All right. He was smacking her lower butt back. If that ain't love, what do I know? That man loved her enough to pretend that there was something back there to smack it. All right. Listen. Who am I to get in the way of what is so clearly a romantic relationship, child? They done took their little car service up to North New York as if they wasn't New York people, okay? It was clearly all a joke of Kiki, and if we gonna Kiki, I want to see T. What one will do, listen, I believe it. I believe it. I didn't tell you I believe that they were here forever together. I told you I want to see. Because I seen the writing on the wall. It was all a joke. And it will continue to be a joke. So I'm saying, let me in, let me laugh. That's what I'm saying. On to some seriouser news. Maybe I didn't say that seriously enough. What's that girl, Amy Schumer? Don't send me no more her DM, her Instagram page. That's what, if you are somebody who has sent me some things from Amy Schumer's page, leave me out of it. But what I want to talk about is Bernice the King. That girl reached into her back pocket, channeled the spirit of both her mama and her daddy, and read Amy for filth on the X app, okay? And then cited a Martin Luther King book. I like it, late evening chit chat. Yes, I'm glad that you like it. Listen, TikTok ain't been TikToking like TikTok should, okay? So we are making the slow but steady migration over to the YouTubes. We will be occupying the YouTube space as well as the podcasting space. Speaking of podcasts, I think I told you guys we are in talks to get Leah McSweeney, formerly of Real Housewives of New York, onto the show. We are pinning down a date with everybody's internet aunt, my internet aunt, Auntie Buffy. Okay, Auntie Buffy will be coming on to strip. She will be stripping with us. Right now we have episodes out from Mr. Greg Howard Jr., Your Life the Mixtape podcast. He's the host of that. We also have an episode with Tree Doll Hairs on TikTok. Her episode will be coming out soon. And then next week we have episodes from Felicia for the Win on TikTok and on Instagram, as well as Reality Check. Dana and Mare from Reality Check will be on. So listen, if you aren't stripping, if you were not following us on Spotify, get to getting. What you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Love me like you. That's enough. That's enough. I don't know the copyright infringement rules here on the YouTube. Okay. We've got a lot going on. So we will be occupying those spaces. And I told you guys earlier as you were coming in, I had to sit with it. Like, when this started, I wasn't being compensated for TikTok. So why am I so annoyed? And I don't like you listen, you can suppress me because you don't like my content. You can suppress me because you don't like the way I talk. Maybe I talk too fast, maybe I talk too slow, whatever. Don't suppress me because I'm black. Because I'm a little black girl. Don't do that. Don't do that. I can't do nothing about the fact that I'm black. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I am what I am. I can't do nothing about that. But creating videos for a fraction of a penny, that's going to be a no for me. Run spelled backwards is ner, as in that's going to be a ner for me. All right. So we are moving the talents over here to the Tickety Talks as well as the recaps. Y'all don't miss that. If you are used to getting the recaps, the chit chats, whatever you want to call them, about your favorite reality shows, specifically Bravo. So I recap Beverly Hills, Potomac when it comes out, Married to Medicine, all of those recaps will be here on YouTube first, and they will get broken down and put onto TikTok. Okay. So please know that if you want to stay up to date with me, the place to find me is now going to be here on YouTube Shorts and here on this YouTube page. Okay. We will be working out a live schedule. If you guys have some times that work better for you, you can put them down in the chat. I can't promise you that I'll abide by them, but you can put them down in the chat. You can let me know. Okay. If you are looking to send me a Christmas gift, I clearly like Stanley's. All right. And I've got a P.O. box. If you need the P.O. box, just DM me. All right. Stanley cups are always welcomed, always appreciated. Like I said, this live will be saved in the meantime, in between time. I got this one from Dick's Sporting Goods. This one, oh my God. This one was my congratulations when my first video on TikTok hit 1 million. I got Michelle for Stanley. I went in looking for the purple, pink, or purple confetti one. And they didn't have it. And I fell in love with this one. And I will be hard pressed to tell y'all my favorite color ain't even pink. I don't like the color pink. It's on. If y'all shower me with Stanley's, my life would be made. You just don't know. You just don't know. But yeah, that was my 1 million, and that video is on its way to 2. I think last time I looked, it was at 1.7 million, which is crazy. I couldn't imagine 1.7 million people being in front of me. Is that the white and green one? Because I think I've seen that one. And then you see they had the little small little mini ones that come in the duo pack. I really have a cup problem. Like if I showed y'all like my mug in like insulated cup selection, there are even cups. I think you guys can see like right there. Those are like tops to cups. I got a problem. I have a problem. I don't know how else to say it better, but we will be doing more of these. We will be doing more recapping, more chit-chatting here on the live. Shout out to the new background. We have to sneeze again. Excuse me. I'm so excited. Thank you. Like I said, if you have any topics that you want to talk about on these live shows, I'm working on a little schedule, if you will. I'm working on a schedule. Maybe if we can keep it to an hour, we can do a Monday through Friday late night situation, debation creation. I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to rhyme. You guys really didn't deserve that. However, we'll figure it out. But this is where we will be here on YouTube, Just El Murasaki. And listen, no, I don't want a 12-step program. I want more Stanley Cups now. I don't want help. Just feed the problem. Feed the problem. Give me more cups. Stripped, okay? Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and iHeart are where you can listen to the episodes. Fire Husband needs to provide the theme music. Listen, again, y'all, old school L had it. I had a YouTube intro. I gave him the reference, and then he made a intro song. So now we got to run it back. Now we got to do it again. I have no idea what it would even say, but nevertheless, this has been your late night chit chat. I'm your host, Ella Murasaki. Are we doing this? Are we creating a late night show talking about pop culture? Listen, Adrienne just quit her show on E, so like, who better than me? Okay. That's it. That's all I got. Y'all are funny. This man is trolling me. Today's cup said Papa Bear because I asked the man to hand me a mug so that we could go make our tea. And that is the mug that he handed me. And he laughed very hard. Laughed very hard. Okay. So please know that when you see me on TikTok giving him a hard time, it is because he, in fact, gives me a hard time. That's just the truth. This live is over. Maybe let's do what they call like an after show, a little vibey vibe on the TikTok. I got maybe 30 more minutes for you. Let's go over there.